My name's Nathan Kostechko, and I'm an artist. I paint, I tattoo primarily, I draw, I take photos, I do all kinds of stuff and kind of mix it all together into what I do. My older brother has skated and stuff, so I've been skating since I was a little kid. Some kids that lived in my neighborhood that were like a proper skate surf family, and they're the ones that kind of showed me like the proper way. I basically met them because I was exploring in the hills in my neighborhood. I lived up in like the suburb zone in the hills, and they were building a ramp. And I would spy on them like every day building a ramp. And then first grade started, and I sat down and Steve was sitting next to me. And I was like, I've seen you building a ramp. And he was like, come over. I mean, I've been painting since I could, fucking hold a pencil. But then having friends like them who skated and drew and stuff, like it was just like that was our friendship, was like get together, hang out, skate, surf, draw, fuck around, you know. Skateboarding definitely introduces you to making art. Even just from like being at a skate park and seeing somebody who'd drawn on their grip tape. Like, ooh, I want to do that. A lot of my clients, people that show up every day I've never met, you know, the subject of skating comes up. And it's just like, we're attracted to each other whether we like it or not. It's just natural, you know. Through my tattoo images, they attract people who are from the same background, you know. And then we come together and we're like-minded. When you're skateboarding or you're into a certain thing, you kind of obsess over what you're wearing or using, and you know what you like. And I wanted to make shoes. I wanted to make skateboard shoes. At that point in time in my life, I realized I wasn't good at school. And then like on a personal note, my family like went through a really fucking bad thing. And so like between like my family life, the personal life, and school, and just being like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be in school. I don't want a real job. You know, as a skateboarder, you're sort of like an outsider. So it's like, what can I do to be an outsider still and not be a part of the fucking status quo? And then started getting tattooed. And then I was like, this is the shit. Luckily, tattooing panned out right. Luckily, I found tattooing and became a tattooer. And so now to have like, you guys ask me to make a shoe, it's crazy. Well, first off, I feel like when making a shoe, I just thought to myself, I need to make something I would actually wear. In making it, I, referenced some of my favorite shoes that I wear normally. It's almost like that thing where you look at something so much, you're like, how would I do it differently? And then just sketching and having random shapes and lines come to the sketch naturally without really thinking. Like the tongue, for instance, is an odd shape for a shoe, and it's not consistent with most shoes out there. It is the shape of like a fish-style surfboard. I wanted to kind of incorporate or hide surfing in there somehow because it is a big part of my upbringing. It's the same way I approach tattooing. Someone gives me like the same thing, like a rose. I'm like, how the fuck can I do a rose differently? Turn it upside down, flip it sideways, whatever. Once I saw its shape, I was like, it's gonna wrap around your foot perfectly, and not fall aside or get weird or wrinkle up or things like that or get snagged. Graphics on shoes just doesn't work for me. So I was like, how can I get tattooing into it? I just thought, fuck, I could put a photo of a foot in there and tattoo the bottom of the foot. I shot the photo, pretty much 100% all my shit in there, which feels good because a lot of time you gotta compromise and you're like, fuck, all right, we'll do it, but I got to do it all. I always wanted to make shoes. It's been a constant dream of mine, I know it sounds cheesy, but I wanted to. So for this to happen is pretty fucking crazy, and for it to happen naturally. And it's funny because I quit school, went to to tattoo, and then tattooing brought me to shoes,